You wake up every day angry.
Sebastian, he is...
like to say to whoever has my children that they please.
We just hoping that he...
functioning autistic.
happy and alive.
Wherever you are, just know that we are not going to stop.
This is Reporter Room with Jessica Della Davies.
Hello, Reporter Room investigators. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. My name is Jessica Della Davies. I'm an investigative journalist, and my job is to investigate crimes, crime scenes, and potential suspects, and show you how to do the same thing. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and know that everything I'm sharing with you is my opinion, and opinions are not facts. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Today, we're going to be talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. So much new stuff to dig into. Let's get started. The day that Sebastian was reported missing was February 26th. Now, this coincidentally is the exact same date on Katie and Seth's divorce paperwork. Is this just a coincidence, or is this a meaningful date to someone? I wanted to talk about some of the more interesting tidbits from the interview that JLR did with Bobby the neighbor. So one of the most interesting things is that the neighbor's doorbell camera, so this footage allegedly only shows Katie's car coming home from the Texas Roadhouse restaurant that night. Therefore, the neighbor also said that they could not say for sure that Sebastian was in the car because Katie pulled her car right into the garage. So does this confirm the timeline that we've all been working with here on Reporter Room? And is this actually proof of life, or is the last proof of life for Sebastian truly the Texas Roadhouse restaurant? Neighbor Bobby was emphatic that there was no proof of Sebastian coming home that night. And I'm talking about February 25th here. One of the other things I found so interesting is that neighbor Bobby also says that no one really knew the Proudfoots. They had lived there in the community for over a year and weren't that friendly with anyone. And I've told you I thought this was really wild that nobody had come out to talk about the Proudfoots or what good parents they were or how wonderful Sebastian was. Not a single word from any of the neighbors. So now we've learned that the Proudfoots did not even attend the prayer vigil that was held by the neighborhood. But I guess the only people that attended the neighborhood prayer vigil were family members of Chris Proudfoot. We also learned that the trash truck only comes by once a week and that it's an automatic arm from the truck that lifts the trash up and then dumps it. So we can put away the rumor that the trash felt too heavy, and this is why authorities did that landfill search for Sebastian. So that begs this question: why did authorities search that landfill for Sebastian? Now, neighbor Bobby also said there was an identified car sitting on the side street near the entrance of the neighborhood around 3:30 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning of February 26th. She says that a video camera also picked up two separate flashlights, but it was pitch black and they say they saw two different flashlights. So, did someone come to the house to lure Sebastian out, or was this just somebody out walking their dog? What do you think? Neighbor Bobby also said she did not personally see Sebastian ever walking around the neighborhood. She said that the neighbors did see Sebastian outside playing with the puppies. She said they never saw him out playing with other kids in the neighborhood or even out riding his bike. She also reported that Seth Rogers was out searching for Sebastian right from the get-go. And it was one of the most interesting things that neighbor Bobby shared was that she never saw Chris or Katie Proudfoot going door to door to speak to any of the neighbors about what they might have seen. She never saw them put up a single flyer. She never saw them out searching. So is this why Seth is so angry with Chris and Katie? Because if this is the case, I think this really explains a lot about why Seth feels the way he does. So according to neighbor Bobby, the only thing that Chris and Katie did besides contact law enforcement was put up a single post on Katie's Facebook page. Now, they've come out and they've said they've contributed to a billboard, so I think that's a good thing. We don't know how much or to who, but I think it's a good thing. Neighbor Bobby also shared that she never saw any of the Bowersox looking around the neighborhood for Sebastian either. Now, this does not mean they didn't search. It just means that she did not see them. Neighbor Bobby also describes a disturbing encounter with Chris Proudfoot. She describes driving around her own neighborhood with her son and her son's girlfriend in the car, and Chris Proudfoot came out of the house, and it sounds like he was really ugly with her. She describes him coming at her in a very intimidating and strong voice. She was also concerned because he knew the last name of her son's girlfriend. The girlfriend was trying to calm Chris Proudfoot down, and she mentioned that she had gone to school with Sebastian, and instead of calming down, Chris Proudfoot came back with the girl's last name. So it sounds like Chris Proudfoot was intentionally making Bobby, her son, and her son's girlfriend uncomfortable in their own neighborhood. She also described Chris Proudfoot's body language and demeanor as wanting her to get off his street. So mind you, this is a neighbor who lives in the neighborhood. She should be allowed to walk around her own neighborhood. So does someone not want people out searching for Sebastian? Are you watching closely? Neighbor Bobby goes on to say that none of the neighbors picked up Sebastian leaving the house on the night of February 26th into the wee hours, on the night of February 25th into the wee hours of February 26th on any of their doorbell cams. So where is Sebastian and who took him there? She also reports hearing the Proudfoots fighting on multiple occasions. Now, she heard this secondhand through another neighbor, but one of the most concerning things that neighbor Bobby shares with us is that she said teachers, plural teachers, had to report things to CPS, and that there were multiple CPS visits to the Proudfoot house. So what was really going on with Sebastian? And is this why Seth, who has seen the CPS reports, feels so angry with Katie? Because this new information would explain a lot about why Seth is feeling a certain kind of way about everything that happened. Neighbor Bobby also talks about the mattress that was in the garage of the Proudfoot home. She said that another neighbor saw the mattress in the garage when the garage door was open and the Proudfoots would enter or exit through the garage. She also points out that Chris admitted that there was a mattress in the garage, but claimed it was for Faith. So maybe this is all that it is. But Bobby also pointed out that if the mattress was for Faith, then why didn't they bring it into the house? Why was it sitting out in the garage? Neighbor Bobby also said that Katie told the neighbor that she heard a thud around 11:30 p.m. So why are we hearing in subsequent interviews that Katie heard this thud at 10 p.m.? So to be clear, this could have gotten muddled in the retelling of the story, and the times could be incorrect. It also sounds like Katie did search around the perimeter of the house and in the crawl space under the house, but Bobby said that she'd never seen Katie search beyond this. Now, this doesn't mean Katie didn't search. It just means that no one, and I mean no one, has reported seeing Katie and Chris out searching for Sebastian. Neighbor Bobby also shared that she cannot imagine leaving her house if her child was missing. He's referring to the fact that Chris and Katie went camping, and Katie decided to leave the house even though law enforcement told her to stay in the house. This case is very, very bizarre. Are you watching closely? Please join the Reporter Room family and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.